Today on 21st Century Television.
Explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe. A visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions.
21st Century Television.
Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Jackie Bales. Imagine you've just returned home from a vacation only to find that your house has been robbed, or worse, devastated by fire, and all your valuables are gone. Sadly, these scenarios are all too common. Now, Liberty Safe has been creating solutions to protect against these types of losses for over 25 years. Here to discuss their solutions is Liberty Safe's Marketing Director, Jamie Skousen, and President and CEO, Kim Waddups. Welcome to you both.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Thank you, Jackie.
First of all, Jamie, what hindrances do people face when they're looking to protect their valuables?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The most common place that people put things is in the closet, in the dresser. They'll put money in the mattress. But one thing that's interesting is that's what a thief will do. He'll break into a home, and those are the first places he goes to. He turns the house upside down in order to try to find those kinds of things. The nice thing about having a safe is it allows you to put the things that you value most in a secure location so you never lose it and forget about where you hid it.
Oh, I've done that.
And then the other thing is that it gives you fire protection. So a lot of times when you hide things in the home and the house were to burn down, you're going to lose some of those things that mean the most to you. So a safe is really an important aspect.
Kim, tell us about Liberty Safe and how you've been helping people avoid this kind of major loss.
Well, Liberty Safe has been making safes for 25 years. We started out with humble beginnings, making about 6 safes a day. We use what we called World War II technology, blacksmith technology. And today we have invested in what we call roll form technology that allows us to make about 500 safes today. In addition to that, we are investing about $30 million here in the U.S. To add additional capacity that will take us to about 750 safes per day.
Wow. Well, in this 21st Century Business Field Report, we get a rare opportunity to revel in torture and destruction as we discover just how safe a Liberty Safe is.
Everyone wants to protect the things they've worked hard for. Whether the value of the possessions is monetary or sentimental, the need for security is universal. Liberty Safes protect these valuables from fire and theft. And in contrast to safety deposit boxes, they also provide the convenience of 24-hour access. Liberty puts all of their safes through a series of torture tests. This rigorous testing allows Liberty to confidently offer a lifetime warranty on all of their safes.
Whoa! Oh, got the big guys.
This is a Presidential 25. It has 1.5-inch bolts.
Come on, guys! The big red driver.
He's going! Notice how those welds held.
It's locked. Well, they weren't kidding about the dynamite.
Couple of inch gap there. Let's check the handle. Let's see if it's...
Get it open.
That's safe.
I guess that goes to show you, you can even blow it up and it's still not going to open.
Beyond physical strength, Liberty also offers the high-tech Safe Alert monitoring system that adds an extra measure of security and protection. Over the last 5 years, Liberty has expanded production and now produces 500 safes in a day. In fact, more people choose Liberty Safes to protect their valuables than any other brand in the world. Demand for safes continues to grow. For people who want to protect the things they value the most, the cutting-edge security of Liberty Safes provides both home and business owners with peace of mind.
Jamie, why are so many people buying safes today, and Liberty Safes in particular?
Well, one of the things people are really concerned about is just the world and the economy. They're concerned about natural disasters that might occur. People today are buying firearms and ammunition in record numbers, and so they're turning to Liberty Safe to protect those valuables. The one nice thing is people are wanting to protect themselves and their family and those valuables. And with all the firearms being purchased, we have noticed that they take a personal responsibility in protecting those so that they don't get into the wrong hands. And so buying a safe is a great way to do that. And it also protects if you have children around the home. So that's one of the major reasons why we're selling so many safes. But there's other reasons as well. People want to have a hedge against the dollar, so they're buying gold and silver in record numbers. And a safe is a great place to put it. The other thing is natural disasters. So you have fire. You have these wildfires that come through and completely destroy homes. And when you have a good fire-protected safe, it protects those valuables. Tornadoes. We've had customers who have had their home completely demolished, and they come back and all they have left is a safe sitting in the middle of their house.
Oh my gosh.
And we have several customers who have taken pictures standing next to the safe. And let me tell you, they're pretty happy when they open up the safe and they find all the valuables that they had are inside in their safe.
That's amazing.
The F4 tornado that tore through Jackson, Tennessee on the night of February 5th destroyed nearly everything in its path, leaving many residents of the central Tennessee town with literally nothing. Shane Woodson, an owner of a Liberty safe, figured he was one of the many residents of the 62,000 population town that would have to start over with nothing since his house was destroyed by the natural disaster.
We received a letter in the mail from Shane Woodson detailing how his Liberty safe was whipped around by the twister and it landed some 200 feet from his house. It was scratched up a little bit, but what was amazing was that it was still bolted to the floor of the house and the contents and valuables inside survived just fine.
Kim, he talked about firearms. What other types of things do people put in safes?
Well, most people think of our safes primarily as a storage for guns, but it's much more than that. The interior of a safe is very, very flexible, and you can configure it to whatever you want to store. Jamie mentioned precious metals, a hedge against the dollar, birth certificates, important papers and documents, life insurance papers, tax records, jewelry, family heirlooms. There's a number of things that people put in safe. Jackie, I like to tell my own experience with my wife. I got one of our biggest safes delivered, and she asked me what we were going to put into that other than the few guns that I had. And within 2 weeks, the side that didn't have guns was completely full. It had photo albums, our daughter's weddings, it had the kids' videos growing up. You couldn't get anything else in that safe.
And you've mentioned there are shelves, and these are configurable, so you can put other things in there, not just piling everything in an empty hole.
The safe is divided into two components that have shelves on both sides, and so you can remove the shelves if you have long guns, or you can use shelves on both sides and adjust those shelves to the height that you need it. So it's very, very flexible.
In fact, one of the things that we've noticed is that when people buy a safe, they'll come back the next year and say, hey, my wife's got half her stuff in it. I want to buy another one. So they buy a his and her safe.
Oh, that's funny.
And the interesting thing, too, is with all the valuables that end up in the safe, the #1 complaint we receive is, I wished I would have bought a bigger safe. So we always recommend buy bigger. You'll be glad you did.
Gotcha.
The other thing that we see, too, is we're seeing more people close safety deposit boxes because banks aren't always accessible, especially if a bank closed down. If there's any disruption in power, you don't have access to those valuables, and so people are bringing those closer to home by buying a safe.
That really makes a lot of sense. I mean, banks aren't even open on weekends for the most part, maybe a few Saturday hours, but
Just recently, in the Moore tornado, Moore, Oklahoma tornado, the banks were actually closed for several weeks, and the people that actually had their safes had access to those valuables in a much quicker way rather than having security checks or having to wait until the bank was reopened.
Sure. So Jamie, tell us what it's like when your customers get a safe delivered to their home. What's that process like?
Well, let me tell you, that's one of the funnest things to watch is when our dealers deliver the safe and they pull the box off, and what was intended to go in the garage is too beautiful to do that. And so the lady oftentimes will say, that's just gorgeous, let's put that inside the house. And so they're really happy with that peace of mind that comes when they start putting things inside their safe. And there's a great reassurance that comes knowing that when you're at work or you're on vacation or on a business trip, that your valuables are protected at home.
You know, for a lot of people, it's a big toy. You know, if you recall the excitement if you get a new car and to drive that around and how neat that feels, a safe is just like that. People will open it, close it, open it, close it. They're just excited to have it.
Happy to have their
It's
stuff
like
protected.
having your own bank vault
Right,
at home.
Right. You know, you mentioned papers, and I'm thinking about, you know, at my house we have a metal filing cabinet, and I thought that was fairly safe. As far as papers, I figure it's not going to, you know, it's not going to burn. It's a metal cabinet, but you're telling me that that's not correct.
Your papers would be safe from a theft because most people won't want your papers unless there's something in there of value. But from a fire standpoint, those papers, as soon as that cabinet heats up, those papers will be destroyed.
Jamie, now let's talk about a home alarm system. A lot of people already have home alarm systems to alert police or alert others. If one of those alarm systems is already in the home, is there an advantage to having a safe? Why bother?
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about a safe is that it complements a home alarm system. Thieves have actually become quite brazen. Even with a home alarm system, they'll break into a home, and for 7 to 8 minutes, they know that they can get whatever they want before the police show up. But what we've noticed is that when they run into a heavy-duty safe, they figure anything of value is inside that safe, and they don't have the time nor the expertise to get into that safe, and they typically leave without taking anything.
Oh, wow.
And so we have found that a safe is a great complement to a home alarm system, and we recommend that if you have a home alarm system, add a safe to it.
Now, Kim, he's talking about thieves breaking in. What if someone does try to break in and drill or tamper with a Liberty safe?
Well, the safes are designed with levels of protection. From a break-in, the lock is protected by what we call a triple hard plate. So if a thief brings a drill and he's going to try to drill into the safe, when he hits that hardened steel, it actually spins and it busts off his blade. All of our safes have gone through a UL rating, Underwriters Laboratory, and they perform a variety of tests to see if they can break into these safes, and it has to pass to get that certification. In addition, from a fire standpoint, our safes are lined with fireboard, and we offer safes from 30 minutes up to 2.5 hours. So we ask the customer just to be aware of your own circumstances. How close, how far away are you from a fire department? What's their response time? What kinds of valuables are you putting in your safe? And based on those answers, generally we can recommend what safe is right for them.
So it could be based on where they live, for instance, in the mountainous regions where we've seen so many wildfires, somebody in those remote locations.
And certainly the further you're away from a community, probably the better safe that you want to get, both from fire and security. Now, if a safe owner goes through that unfortunate incident of having a break-in or a fire, that's where Liberty steps in with our lifetime warranty.
Oh, wow.
Liberty offers a lifetime warranty that if your safe is ever damaged in an attempted break-in or destroyed in a fire, Liberty Safe will send in a locksmith, open up that safe, retrieve your contents for you, remove the damaged safe, and bring you a brand new safe, and it doesn't cost you, the consumer, a penny.
How can you afford to do that?
Well, we know when you buy our product, it's to protect what you value, and if you do have that unfortunate incident of having a break-in or a fire, you still need to protect what you value. That's Liberty's way of saying we are going to stand behind the product.
It's very interesting, though.
And it's even transferable.
Yeah?
So if you decided that you wanted to give your safe to a son or daughter, you could do that, and you could transfer that warranty to them as well.
That warranty is very interesting. I mean, because it's different than something where a product breaks and then the warranty goes into effect. In your case, the product did exactly what it was supposed to do. And yet, you still replace?
We still replace because you still need a safe. And Jamie mentioned that transferability of the warranty. That's also another incentive that when you buy that first safe, maybe 5 years from now, you're saying, I want a bigger one, better one. It helps you to sell that safe because that warranty is transferable to the new owner as well.
Good point, good point. So Jamie, tell me more about why these safes are good in case of a fire.
Well, one of the things that people put inside their safes are valuables that if they ever went through a home fire, they'd be devastated because some things can't be replaced. And the experiences we've had where people have gone through fires, and when they open up that safe and they find the things that they stored inside there are safe and protected, I'll tell you what, there's nothing more satisfying, and that's why we enjoy building safes, is knowing that it's protecting people's most prized possessions.
On October 22, 2007, wildfires were ravaging Southern California. More than 2,200 families lost their homes. resulting in more than $1 billion of property damage. Kim Crosser's house in Rancho Santa Fe was one of them. But fortunately for Mr. Crosser, not everything was lost in the flames, because he had a Liberty safe.
We took a number of items that we had and put them in the safe.
Mr. Crosser's neighborhood was issued a mandatory evacuation order from the government. Fueled by strong 80-mile-per-hour Santa Ana winds, firemen at the scene said the fire was like a horizontal blowtorch, burning at temperatures reaching 2,000 degrees.
We contacted Liberty Safe to find out what about getting the safe open, because we were hopeful that everything in the safe would have survived.
We received a call from Liberty, and they said they had a house that had burned and they had a safe in it, and they'd like to have us open it. We were amazed to find the safe still intact, and were able to open it. And surprisingly, everything inside of it was still in good shape.
The fellow from Growlock came and opened up the safe, and when they opened the door, and you could see immediately as the door came open, we could see a picture that had actually melted a little bit and stuck to the door. We could see papers. We could see that, in fact, most everything was intact.
That's why we build safes, is so that in the unlikely circumstance of a fire or a theft, that our safes will protect their valuables.
It was just stunning, really, because up to that point we really had nothing from before the fire. We hadn't taken hardly anything with us, and so when we opened that safe, what we found in the safe was really everything that we had left from before the fire.
The nice thing about security and fire protection in our safes is determining which safe is right for you. So we came up with a quiz on our website at libertysafe.com that is 10 easy questions. And we go through and ask each one of those questions, and when they're done, it tells them which 2 series best fits their needs based on where they live and the security needs that they have. And it's a great question, and it makes buying easier.
Sounds like a perfectly sensible way to figure out what you need. That's great. Kim, what if my safe does go through a fire or an attempted break-in? What do I do then?
Well, if you register your safe at the time of purchase, you simply would contact us. We would verify that yes, you are in fact the owner of the safe, and then we would begin the process of replacing your safe. It would work by us going through a local dealer, and we would deliver him your new safe. They would make an appointment with you, come in and remove the old safe after they get your contents out, and then deliver a new safe and complete the paperwork, and we're done.
And again, that new safe,
brand new safe,
is free.
Is free. No cost for delivery, installation, removal of the old one. That's all on Liberty Safe.
That is amazing. Now I understand you have another part of this that's called Safe Alert. Tell us about that, Jamie. What's that?
Well, Safe Alert is a wireless device that goes inside the safe, and it works on your Wi-Fi system at home. And if there's any movement or vibrations, or someone comes in and tries to pry the door, it will send a text or an email directly to your smartphone and let you know that something's happening to your safe. And this is important because when people are at work, surprisingly, the most frequent time when break-ins take place are between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. And so now, if somebody comes in and starts manipulating with your safe, you can know about it. It also is nice because if you've given the combination to somebody else in the family and they go in and open up the door, you can call and you know that, hey, somebody has just gotten into the safe. So it lets you know whenever there's a door opening. It also keeps track of the temperature on the inside, the humidity on the inside, and we have this app as well that if you go onto the app, it will actually open, you can determine the status of your safe as it currently stands.
Well, in addition to what Jamie described with Safe Alert, it also monitors your Wi-Fi connection. So if your Wi-Fi ever goes down, it checks periodically to make sure that that connection is still there. If it's not, it will also send you a message saying your connection has been disrupted.
Oh, that's good.
In addition to that, just think about when you're leaving your home for vacation or you have extended travel for business. Having that Safe Alert gives you additional peace of mind knowing that your safe is being looked at and being monitored. Just a greater peace of mind.
Definitely. So how much does that cost, Jamie?
Well, it's on sale right now for $199, and all you do is work through the dealers, and they can deliver it and ship it right, and you can actually put it in any safe, not just a Liberty safe.
Huh. What advantages does Safe Alert have for, well, not just homeowners, but business owners as well, Kim?
Well, again, Safe Alert, whether you use it in a home application or a business application, it will do the same job. It will alert you when something is not right in terms of what you're trying to protect. In a business, most likely that's going to be a cash box, could be credit card receipts, could be important financial records, and it'll do the same thing. It'll alert them that somebody is trying to access that safe, and just gives you a heads up.
Huh. So this is a device that is in the safe, I'm assuming?
Correct.
And it's connected via Wi-Fi and alerts you if somebody is tampering with something or if there's vibration. Is Safe Alert just for safes, or could you put it in some other kind of piece of furniture or something?
Yeah, you can actually use it in any type of room. You can put it in a cabinet if you wanted to make sure that that was kept secure. Some people have even put it in their refrigerator to keep the door from opening. So there's all kinds of uses for Safe Alert. It's that security device. It's one of a kind. There isn't anything like it that keeps track of the humidity and the temperature as well as any type of movement.
That's pretty cool. Jamie, how do safes protect your valuables while you're away? What's the real nutshell that we're learning about here?
Well, safes are about buying time. And the more security and fire protection that you buy in a safe, the more time it will buy you to protect those valuables that you put inside. We've just found that people who put their valuables inside of a safe just feel more comfortable when they're able to go on vacation or they're at work. It's also a security issue and a responsibility issue. All of these gun owners that are purchasing firearms, they feel a responsibility to protect those firearms. With rights comes responsibilities. And so that's what a safe does. It helps to reassure that the things that you're putting inside will buy you the time to protect. And there's not really a better feeling. That's why we call it peace of mind.
And again, the cost of these safes, how does that relate to what you just said?
Well, the cost is going to range at retail from $400 to $7,000.
But the cost of that peace of mind?
Yeah. How do you put a dollar price tag on that?
In fact, we've even found that the cost of the safe is almost always less than the cost of the valuables that you're putting inside.
Yeah, that would make sense. Now, Kim has talked about the prices. What sizes are we talking about?
Well, we have some smaller home safes as well as our larger safes. And so they'll be from 5 cubic feet, which is about the size of a television, up to a 50 cubic feet, which is about the size of a refrigerator. And the reason we do that is because everybody has a variable amount of valuables that they put inside the safes. And we have also found that that's our #1 complaint is I wished I would have bought a bigger safe because they end up putting more in the safes than they ever thought possible.
And Jamie, I understand that you offer a special discount for certain individuals who've been serving our communities. Tell us about that.
Yeah, on our website, we offer a discount to all police, fire, military, and EMS personnel. And it's our way of saying we appreciate all the work and the effort and their service that they provide for us. And this discount is available to them, and they just go to our website and they can download the rebate, purchase a Liberty Safe, and we'll send them a check.
Are there any related issues we should be talking about, Kim?
Well, just that when we look at the safe market, again, a product that was originally designed for the sportsman, the traditional gun owner, and we do believe very strongly in what Jamie said, that with rights comes responsibilities, and we are asking all gun owners to secure their firearms. You know, the safe industry, what started out for guns is really multi-purpose use. We envision that really every homeowner really should have a safe to protect what it is that they value.
Kim, let's talk about the employees of Liberty Safe. What role do they play in the company's success?
Well, we're very happy that we're predominantly a made-in-the-USA company. I mentioned earlier we started by making 6 safes a day. We're a little over 500 safes today. In the last 2 years, we've added 400 jobs here in the U.S. market, and these are jobs that require skilled labor. We're very proud of our employee base. They work very hard. They make what we consider to be the greatest product out there. We couldn't do it without them. There's all kinds of opportunities for our employees to grow and have a career path. We have very sophisticated machinery, robots, automated equipment, welders, and so there's opportunity for these workers to improve their life, improve their ability to earn a living, and to support their family.
And lastly, Jamie, is there anything else you can tell us about Liberty Safe and Safe Alert?
Well, I can tell you this, Liberty Safe is the #1 safe manufacturer in the country. And we have 350 dealers nationwide, and the nice thing about these dealers is they deliver and install the safe in your home where you want it. These safes are heavy. They'll range anywhere from 300 pounds up to 1,700 pounds.
Oh.
And so to have experts delivering them and installing them is an important thing. And they also lag bolt it to the floor, so that it prevents somebody from trying to steal it if that's what a thief would want to try to do. Safe Alert is also nice because the dealers can install that as well, so that you can have that backup security, so that you'll know all the time what's happening to your safe.
So
it's a great peace of mind.
To sum up then, and looking into the future, what do you see for the market for safes?
Well, today our factory is sold out, so we can't make enough safes to meet the demand.
Oh, wow.
That's why we're investing another $30 million to expand our U.S. capacity. We hope to get up to about 750 safes a day, and then we'll talk about our second factory, building another factory, and keeping those jobs here in America.
We see eventually that every home will have a safe.
Excellent. Kim and Jamie, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing the solutions offered by Liberty Safe. Very, very enlightening.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
The Liberty Safe team recently shared their unique story and line of products with us, and now they're offering a very special discount of $250 off the purchase of one of their safes. To learn more, go to libertysafe.com. Click on the Fat Boy Safe and type in the number 21 for your rebate.